All right, guys. Fearless. Apparently, the rumor is Fearless is going to be the main thing ever, right? It's going to be taking over forever. I understand it from a viewer perspective, the chaos that it brings, the nuance to champion choices and lack of repetition of champions. I think as a viewer product, it makes a lot more sense for the average viewer, right? I understand that decision fully. I support that decision. I think as an entertainment product, it is definitely really, really good. I think it's important to recognize what we're going to lose with Fearless, though, right? Fearless, what we lose with Fearless is that we're going to lose insane precision when it comes to champion execution. We're not going to see real-time adaptations. I can give you like examples. Like at Worlds 2024, right? 2024 Worlds, real-time adaptations in terms of how the meta evolves. You're going to see like different games between games. Legendary champions that people play are going to be a lot more rare, right? You're not going to have Galio fucking moments like Faker did against RNG back in, 2017 as an example. Take a look at main event here, pick and ban. Like these evolutions that we saw in draft, if we take a look at bracket stage. How Alive Bilibili, right? You had the Silas Prio into Ari lock-in, Bilibili lose. The evolution in the next one is Bilibili first pick Yon, they play Ari and they lose. Then the next evolution is Bilibili slam the Silas blind pick, the enemy goes to Ari, and then finally we had this angle where How Alive went back to the initial draft of Silas, and then they pivoted to, of course, Galio, Kindred. These are the type of things that we're going to lose, right? We're going to lose this. We're going to lose the legendary 2017. Take a look at this one. Main event. These are very historical moments for me as someone that has watched for a very long time. But I also understand that League is changing. And maybe these moments are supposed to be great memories of the past and it's just evolving with the game. Take a look at here. We have Galio. We have Galio. We have Galio. Like, it wasn't boring to see Faker completely smurf his face off on Galio. It wasn't boring. It was the mastery he had of Galio here was unmatched. It was incredible. It was incredible, his level on the Galio. Absolutely nuts. And this is something we're going to lose, right? We're going to lose certain champions that we associate some players with that are creating legendary moments in time. But I understand that this is coming from a person that might have an elitist viewpoint on this, right? And I don't mind the changes, because I do understand from an entertainment point of view, it is fun to see new champions. I had a lot of fun. I get where we're going. Especially it's like now, what Dom made the point, Fearless and, of course, Lane Source were removed at the same time. That's kind of awkward. A point that I made on Twitter as a response to this is that I think for a competitive integrity standpoint, I think it is not the best to do this decision in the middle of the year. I made the point here. Let me just pull up my Twitter here. So I made the point here. I expect at least the year to play out. Kind of crazy changes mid-year after every team was built with certain purposes. It's better for viewers, and viewers are king. I had this conversation with this homie here. Respectfully, I disagree with the premise that any team drafted players with the expectation of Fearless staying or going. Obviously, that is not the main focus, but the evaluation of players. Obviously, there's certain players that are better in Fearless and worse in Fearless. And if you analyze the market for what it is, obviously, you're going to judge them against what you expect the competition to be. And the comparison that this is just like a patch or whatever. No, the key difference here is the better analogy would be Riot said we're playing on this patch and this champion is not enabled. And then the League community was like, no, this champion is really, really fun. It should be enabled. Why isn't it enabled? Play this champion. And then they add it after committing to a certain decision, right? His point here is coaches aren't evaluating player based on draft style. That's not my point either. Like, he's pigeonholing my argument, right? I think that there was a response here that was correct. The original point is flawed. It doesn't matter if coaches have taken any player's ability to play in Fearless into account. Teams enter the season with set expectations from Riot. That's the key difference. And that's, I think, from that point of view, the competitive integrity of the year is definitely harmed by making a change like this real time. And if you don't care about competitive integrity, that's fine, right? I agree fully. As an entertainment product, this is really, really fun. Fearless is really, I enjoy Fearless. Fearless is super, super fun. There's a lot more to Fearless as well. Is unexplored. There's a lot of ideas you can execute on in Fearless, and I'm excited to see how that develops. But I do think that usually you would want the year to play out, because I think it's a very, very brash decision, and you don't see what you might lose with this in mind. You know, it's kind of scary. I think about this, right? Faker Azir wouldn't have happened. Faker Silas wouldn't have happened. Keep these things in mind. You know, the level of skill you need to have on a champion for these things to occur needs to be so deep and so extensive. Zeka's tournament wouldn't have happened. It will change the trajectory of anything. I think that if I'm in Riot's position, I think they should take a little bit more time in this. And I think it's okay for us to miss Fearless. But I understand, once again, from a view perspective, I understand that Fearless is super fun. But I think this decision is very rushed.